Hello YouTube, Flightsimguy here, and I am gonna do my last leg of my Caribbean tour. It's like took me a month to finish this damn thing. Alright, next time my tours are gonna be much shorter. I have not done any simming in not much simming since I got back from Flightsimguy, which is approaching a month. Like, what the hell? Just been busy at work, and the subscriber growth on my channel just kept on going. I got a mention on Frugal's weekly news show, and it just kept on going. So I'm pushing 700 subscribers. Yes, thank you very much. And I just need to keep up the process of putting out videos. Alright, so this is Quality Wings 757. I managed to tinker with the livery manager, got some liveries downloaded and installed, so I'm going to fly the United livery. As you may recall, my last trip was to the tiny island of Grenada, and I'm pretty sure their airport consists more of a couple of buildings, a tower, a hangar, and a runway. But unless someone uses the scenery design tool to make new scenery, it's going to be like this. Alright, so my plan is I'm going to skip out the other stops in my tour. I'm just going to fly straight to Jamaica. I've already loaded my passengers, and I've already loaded my 28,000 pounds of fuel. All I need to do is go in and go ahead and get set up. Alright, now the problem with taking a break from simming is when you come back, you almost have to start over from scratch, because I don't remember a lot of this stuff. I'm getting old. I don't remember a lot of this shit. So I'm going to guess and spell my way through this. Where's the checklist? Here it is. I got the Boeing checklist, and this is a 900-mile flight, so it's going to be a couple hours. So what I'm going to do is, once I get to my top of climb, I'm going to go ahead and engage warp and just get this thing over with. Now, since I overclocked my CPU, it's been running a little bit warm. So what I downloaded was this program called CAM, and what it does is it monitors your CPU temperature, load, and the fan speed. Okay, it also monitors your RAM, your disk, and everything. Right now I'm just sitting here at the ramp. I haven't done my startup yet, and it has a little thing, and I'd like to show it with you. So let me go ahead and run. Bear with me here. I'm gonna run Snagit, and I'm gonna take a picture of this so I can show it to you. And this is me sitting on the ramp. Now I know that the CPU and GPU is going to speed up and heat up once I start going, and I'm not sure how much of a risk to my rig it's going to cause, building up those temperatures. So we'll see what this thing does. What is that little writing right there? Startup error, unable to start. Okay, fine, whatever. Wise guy. All right. Let's check to make sure. Okay, your hydraulics don't work until you have the engine going. Let's go ahead and run through the startup. See if I remember how to do this. Battery is on. Not going to use any external power. I want to say, there we go. That is what I want. Alright. Put these back down here. Come back. We'll just go through our flows. Those aren't simulated. Those aren't simulated, thank God. These are all on. We don't want these on. We want those off. Come down here. Let's go ahead and start the APU. Funny thing, I went to the Dayton Air Show last weekend, and oh my god, it was like a kid in a candy store. I mean, there was all these planes, and they had the air demonstrations, and I learned a few things coming out of that air show. Lesson number 1: an aircraft's APU is loud. That thing makes a lot of noise. And I got to sit in the cockpit of the E-175, and oh my god, I was like a little kid. Let me see if I can find a picture and show it to you. Got to see all the Navy planes and the Air Force planes and this and that. But yeah, that E-Jet, the APU was just deafening. That was one of the first things I learned. Second thing that I learned is, you know, there's been a lot of stuff going on in the news regarding the F-35. Some people saying it's a piece of junk, or you know, this and that, and blah blah blah. Well, they had an opportunity to clear that up at the air show, so that the F-35 could show off to the taxpayers that, hey, this is not a piece of junk. It's actually, you know, worth your money. And unfortunately, they didn't do anything to help their case. All the F-35 did was it flew in formation with a Mustang, and they just did a couple flybys by the flight line where all the people were. That was it. No barrel rolls, no 9G takeoff to 10,000 feet, no loop-de-loops, no aerobatic maneuvers whatsoever. All it did was a handful of flybys, and I'm thinking, oh my God, we got screwed. So that aside, the air show was it was a nice air show, but I was sorely disappointed by the F-35. All right. The APU is going. I think the APU is going. Why don't I have anything in my avionics? There's got to be a reason. Could be something wrong with delivery. Let's double check. Okay, I changed it to the house livery. Let's go ahead and turn that off. Let's restart, and let's see if this clears everything up. Parking brake is set. Let's take a look at my temperatures. Temperatures look good. We have whatchamacallit. We have avionics, so it could be a livery thing. I'll have to look into that later. And I have to turn on the AC to crank out some of the heat out of this place. Alright. Let's go ahead and check my fuel. Yep, my fuel is good. And let's come over here. APU bleed is on. Alright. That's auto. And that's enough for the overhead. Let's go ahead and do the flight management computer. Let's get this thing over with. Alright, so I got the flight management computer set up. The computer is starting to get warm. Let's see what my thing is saying. Temperature is at 64 degrees Celsius. Load 30% for the CPU. Temperature is 60 degrees Celsius. Load 50% on the GPU. So we're still looking good, and we're at 5.2 gigs out of 16. Alright. Let's go ahead and get a weather report. There may not be a ATIS service here, and there is not. So we're just going to go ahead and request taxi. We're going to go north. Alright, I do have Active Skynext running. So all I need to do is enter 122 over here.
Tango, Golf, Papa, Yankee, Airport information, Foxtrot 170 Zulu, weather, wind 105 at 18, visibility 10, sky condition 1600, scatter, temperature 29, dew point 26, altimeter 2997, advice on initial contact, US information, Foxtrot, Tango, Golf, Papa,
Okay.
Yankee.
2997 on the altimeter. Where's the altimeter? Here it is. Alright, we're flying at 10,000 feet, or 35,000 feet. And we're just going to climb straight through. Not going to do any step climb. Just going to go all the way up there. And we're taking off on runway 10. So heading needs to be 100. Well, it appears I didn't forget everything. That needs to be on, and this needs to be 250. Alright, let me go ahead and go through the checklist for a second here. Fuel pump switches need to be all off, and these need to be off. You don't want to have hydraulics on when you're on the ground, because if you bump the tiller and then there's anything connected to it, it's going to get thrown off to the right. I need to line my IRS, otherwise I ain't going nowhere. Don't need any anti-ice. Those can all be off. About to start our engines. And these lights need to be off. Flaps are all up. Throttles closed. Alright, we are ready to start. Alright, see if I remember how this process works. Ready to start. Got to put all the fuel pumps on. APU is running. APU bleed has to be on, and it is. And all I need to do is turn this thing to this. And it's not doing anything. Oh yeah, I remember. This needs to be off. There. Got to turn off the packs. And it's spooling up. Alright, so I got that right. And we're at 22. Gonna do that. Let's go ahead and check our temperatures. We're looking good. We're looking good. Alright, let's go ahead and start the other engine. And it's automatically going to do it for me, so I'm not going to worry about that. There it goes. And let's go ahead and turn on all of our hydraulics. I can go ahead and turn off the APU. And does that take care of all of my lights? No. I have to turn these packs back on. And that should do it. Alright, so we're ready to go. I should verify my route. Let's see, how do I do that again? Bring this up. Then you gotta put this on plan, like so, and then you set this at about 40 miles, that's fine. And then you go to your legs page, and then legs, and there should be a skip. There we go. And looks like we're good. Alright, we're good. There. Go back to route. Actually, we need to go to progress, but that's fine. Close this. Come back up. This needs to come to the map. Let's go ahead and set 1, 2, 3 notches of flaps and a trim. Alright, I think I have everything. Let's go ahead and do a push back. Alright, my computer's getting nice and warm, blowing nice warm air towards me. We're at 65 degrees on the CPU, 41% load, 59 degrees on the GPU, 52% load. Okay, we're looking good. We're looking good. And I'll just go ahead and do that so I can get my tire spinning. Alright, we're going to have to make a tight turn here. Okay, it's taxiing with me. And the real plane will do that. This needs to be set to RTO. And then we need to have our taxi lights on. I'm just going to go ahead and turn on all the lights. My runway is right there. My transponder needs to be set to standby. Transponder is on standby. No. 2-2. Damn it. There we go. So it's shift 4. I need to remember that. And weather radar. Where the hell's my weather radar? That's it right there. Let's go ahead and turn these on. Okay. These are the weather radar controls. I'll just leave those where they are. And I can go ahead and start my taxi. Alright. Alright, let's get this thing over with. Okay, runway 10. 10 is right there. So I need to come right here. Let's check to make sure that there's no traffic. And look on the outside. Okay, we don't see anybody there. We don't see anybody there. You know, it's a shame. I'm a Jamaican. The only other Caribbean island I've ever been to is the Cayman Island. And they don't count because they're still a British colony. I've never been to any of the other islands. Haiti, Cuba, St. Kitts, Martinique, Trinidad and Tobago, Grenada, St. Vincent, St. Thomas, St. Martin, Aruba. I've never been to any of those other islands, and you know, I should probably add that to my bucket list. Just to see, you know, if they talk the same way we talk. Oh, that is so stupid. They probably do. And do a 180. Get full left rudder. And left rudder and differential brake. Okay. Still got a line up here. Alright. Alright. Let's go ahead and call the tower. Let's get out of here. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Alright, so I'm going to have to come right until we get lined up with this, because I'm pointed that way. Alright. Ready to go. Let's do my takeoff checklist. Parking brake, landing light on, taxi lights off. All the remaining lights are on. And I need to start squawking. Shift 4. TARA. Thrust rating. I have no idea how to do that on the 757. Got my permission to take off. Alright, so let's go ahead and obviously you want to do this crap before you start taxiing. That rather works. Alright. Alright. See if I can do this. Period. Alright, here we go. I haven't derated the engine, so I'm going to have to come off the gas after I get up there. Rotate speed is about 131. Here we go. Rotate. Positive rate, gear up.
Positive rate, gear up.
Alright, I'm coming off the gas immediately.
Flaps 1.
Flaps up 1. Alright. Let's go ahead and do autopilot. Yeah. Autopilot. Flight level change. Flaps up. Alright, we had a good takeoff. All I need to do is get on course. Flaps up 100%. Alright, let's take a look at our temps. 68. Alright, we're looking good. We're nowhere near to overheating. This is not as nearly as bad as I thought it was. Alright. Let's see how we look on the outside. I hate that I'm using the generic Quality Wings livery, but until I can figure out what happened with the other liveries, damn thing wouldn't work. I'm just gonna have to fly the generic. Alright, are we getting on course yet? Alright, there it is right there. Alright, so let's go ahead and get that lined up. $300, that looks about right. There we go. Alright. Let's try this. Let's bring this about to right there. Okay. We're going to be intercepting shortly. Autopilot on. LNAV is on. Flight level change is on. Okay, you better behave yourself. And what are we doing here? Flight level change 248. 268. You can go ahead and bring this up to about 270. Alright, we're going to be intersecting the path right there. It should bank to the left to get me on course. Are we banking to the left? Okay. Fine, I'll do it my damn self. Go. We're on speed. We're on course. Making good progress. Speaking of progress, let's check the status on the flight management computer. Jamaica is 1,000 miles away, and according to this, it does not tell me how long it's going to take me to get there. Next page. Nope. Yeah, they dumbed down the flight management computer in the Quality Wings 757. Wish they hadn't done that. Let's take a moment to talk about one particular vendor that kind of sort of was at Flightsimguy. He was there, but he wasn't there. Don't recall his name. I never actually met him. I didn't introduce myself. He was a representative from Lockheed Martin, and he was the elephant in the room at the entire conference. Why? Well, Lockheed, they sponsored, they were a sponsor, but they didn't have a booth, and it was just that one guy, and he was obviously a salesman. And a lot of people were saying, you know, it showed that they, I wouldn't say they were thumbing their nose at the flight sim community or disrespecting the flight sim community, but the argument was that since they came out with P3D 4.0, they're like, well, we don't need to cow down to you because we have the product that you want, and so it is, which is kind of sort of true. I mean, everyone's fawning over themselves with P3D. Everyone except the people from the X-Plane camp. The argument was they were being a little bit aloof, or I don't want to say arrogant, or they weren't bowing down to the flight sim community as the other vendors were, because they're excited about the community, they love what we do, and there's just a mad rush, a lot of passion In the case of Lockheed Martin, it's like, well, we're not seeing that because you've been doing this for like 6 to 8 years, and you have everybody by the balls. So um, but it's kind of sort of true. They are the heir apparent to FSX, and they came out with 4.0. Okay, you're supposed to make your right turn. Let's see if this thing is going to turn. LNAV is. There he goes. Alright. LNAV is engaged. It will make the turn. Yeah, so a lot of people, they were like, Lockheed Martin was very much out of place, and they probably were. And the truth of the fact is, I mean, if you read their end user license agreement, essentially it says, you're not supposed to have fun while you're using our product. What boggles my mind is, how did the outfit, the section of Lockheed Martin that is developing P3D, how the hell did they convince the senior executives to fund an outfit that's developing a video game? Because I'm sorry, it is a video game. It's a PC game. Yes, it can be used for FAA approved simulators, but it's being marketed essentially as a computer game. And I'm glad that they took it over. But the company, they sell missile systems. They sell the F-35. They develop and maintain the F-16. They're a defense contractor on one hand, and they're a computer, game maker on the other. So that never made any sense to me. Every week, more and more products are coming out for P3D version 4.0. And I've spent so much money on P3D 3.3 and FSX Steam and my FSX box. I'm sorry, I don't have enough disk space for another simulator. I'm sorry, but I don't. Alright, we're looking good. Making our way up to flight level 380. Going up at 2,000 feet per minute. IS 270. Let's go ahead and speed it up a little bit. All right, Scotty, give me maximum warp.
Folks, it's the flight deck.
All right, let's.
Just level off at cruising altitude. We're going to keep the seatbelt sign on for just a few more minutes. As a reminder, even when the seatbelt sign is off, you should keep your seatbelts fastened at all times while seated. This is an event we hit some unexpected bumps along the way. Right now, all we ask is that you sit back, relax, and enjoy the fine in-flight service. Thank you.
All right, so we're gonna let the plane do its thing. We're at cruise. Maximum warp. Options. Simulation rate. 16 speed. All right. Let's see. There it goes, counting down. All right. Most of my fuel is in the center fuel tanks. And they're good. All right, let's go ahead and dial in. 9,000 feet. That's our altitude. The next waypoint. And as you can see, as we get lower and lower, the air is getting thicker and thicker, denser and denser, and this is actually getting faster and faster. All right. I want to come up off our rate of descent. What I can do is I can rest it by putting it there and doing that. Alright, 109.1. It's the localizer. 109.1. That's it, really. We're at 21,000 feet. Coming down at a good clip. Jamaica is right there. Let's take a look at our fuel status. We still have fuel in the center tanks. Alright, so according to the internet, my CPU is operating at the edge of its normal operating temperature, or its maximum acceptable operating temperature, which is 68 degrees Celsius, and that's kind of toasty. I suppose that water cooler is doing its job. And I've been running this for a while. Also, this air conditioner is keeping the room nice and cool. So I guess I'm in a good position, or an acceptable position. All right. I can come down at a faster speed. I'll just take it down to the max, 250. It's gonna get me down at a faster rate of descent, which is fine. Kingston is right behind that cloud right there. There is an airport right there. There's a runway right there. And I'm coming in the long way. Essentially, I'm going downwind. Okay, 1-notch flaps. We have the ILS. Okay. Slow her down some more. Now the notch flaps. Alright.
Ladies and gentlemen, in preparation for landing, please return all seat backs and
Alright, and the soup.
upright and stow position. Ensure all portable electronic devices are turned off and stow all carry-on items. Additionally, footrest and video monitors must be returned to their original position.
Alright, rejected just put the auto brake to 2. That's my fuel status. Okay, all the time, because I even. Airport is directly behind me, so all I'm going to do is make a 180 once I hit Kino. Okay, I can spread that out some more. There we go. Or I could go past Kino, then do a teardrop entry, which is probably the best opportunity. Actually, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do this. So. There we go. Now we're going parallel. Okay, we're looking good. We're getting into the glide path. And we are in the soup, which is fine. 2 notches flaps. Let's see how we look on the outside. Oh yeah, look at that wing flex. Oh, love the wing flex. Alright. Now I can go ahead and do this. my waypoint right there. I'll arm the approach hole in a second. There it is right there. And then make another a few degrees to 120. Okay, bring this down 3,200 feet. Right level change. There we go. That should take me right into the glide path. 120. Alright. Approach hold. And C-bug, we should be at 3,200. Do we need to go down any faster? Alright, reduce speed. Okay, I'm right on the glide path. Am I coming down? Alright, let's slow down. Another notch of flaps. Alright, this runway should be in front of me somewhere. I'm right on the glide path. Alright, let's go ahead and take care of this landing.
slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope.
Approaching minimums.
Glide slope. Glide slope.
200.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be taxiing for the next few minutes, so please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain turns off the fasten seatbelt sign. At that time, please remember to check around your seating area, in the seat pockets, and overhead bins for all personal belongings that you brought on board. Please take care when opening the overhead bins, as the contents may have shifted during flight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jamaica. See if I can get my ass parked right here, like so. There. Let's come up a little bit more. And there. Period. Let's see if this jetway moves. No, it doesn't. Okay, that's fine. Flaps are coming up. And we are right here, but before I power down, it's time to get some replays. That is the second time I have ran a series of replays and didn't hit record and had to run them again. It's totally very, very upsetting. Turn on the APU. Let that get going. Oh, look. Got a Dash 400 doing its thing. I flew from that. I flew in that plane from Flightsimguy to my connection in Newark, where I got an ERJ 145 to go back home. What's funny is there was more space in the Dash 400 than it was in the ERJ. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. The APU is loud. Now, why are my spoilers still up? There we go. Alright. And I could have sworn I brought up the flaps. Oh well. Alright, let's go through this really quick shutdown. That ends my Caribbean tour. My next tour is going to be off the Middle East. The distance between the cities is pretty large, so I'm going to be doing a lot of warping and a lot of editing since I want to keep these movies or these videos nice and short. I think that's it. I need to fix the bug that's causing the avionics not to come up with these quality wing liveries. I'll just go ahead and do that now. In the meantime, let me just go ahead and say my name is Flightsimguy. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.